I'm going to give a quick cabin tour. There's been quite a few updates since the last time I did a cabin tour video. It's a 480 square foot cabin with a loft. The downstairs has three areas. You got the kitchen, you got the refrigeration, and you have the living area. I have this upright refrigerator freezer, a chest freezer, which can be a refrigerator or a freezer, two freezers or two refrigerators, and there's my little washing machine. I'm in the process of doing laundry right now. There's plenty of lighting in the cabin. I have 8 windows in the downstairs and 1 up in the loft. You can see the pull down stairs that I use to get up into the loft. It has a pretty spacious little kitchen. At the end of the counter here, I have both the solar charge controllers and the wind turbine charge controller. So the cabin has 8 5-watt LED lights. That's the only lighting in the whole cabin. So that 40 watts of lighting gives me all the lighting I need. "36 degrees this morning. All the trees are turning yellow. Fall is definitely here, and winter's just right around the corner. My refrigeration runs off of 24 volts DC, straight off of the outside battery bank. I can switch that to the inside battery bank, but I haven't seen a need to do so yet. When I'm not using the washing machine, it's got a little cubby underneath the kitchen island. I'll show you that here in a second. So this is the nearly complete computer and reloading cabinet. Underneath the computer mat, there's a bracket for a second press. And this one here is the shot shell press. Underneath the countertop, there's steel reinforcement bars for the mounting points on the presses. I overbuilt this entire cabinet. Here's a small TV that I stream movies on occasionally. I don't watch any TV. So 125 pounds of rice and 100 pounds of flour. I need to get that put up. I have 2 more food grade 55-gallon steel drums that I need to get flown out here. This is the cubby under the kitchen island where I store the washing machine when it's not in use. I'm pretty happy with the way the kitchen came out. I widened it by 8 inches. That actually helped out quite a bit. Made the kitchen a lot larger. It has nice flow and suits my needs. So most Alaskan cabins this size have a staircase or a ladder built in, and in my opinion, that gets in the way. I think this attic-style pull-down ladder is ideal for small cabins. You can't stand up in my loft, but it's sufficient size for me. I have no issues with not being able to stand up. Get to the top of the ladder and just crawl into bed. I have 4 plastic chests up here, and I keep clothes in those. I have my first aid kit up here. The only lighting that I have up here in the loft is a small lantern you see on that little end table. It uses AA batteries. Provides all the light that you need up here. The large windows in the cabin provide 2 things. Excellent natural light and the surrounding views of the wilderness. During the winter, I sleep on that futon frequently. And that's so I can get up and put wood in the fire and I can watch for the northern lights. I have a couple coat hooks by the wood stove to dry out wet gear and have 3 fire extinguishers inside the cabin. I also have a carbon monoxide detector and a smoke detector. Once I'm downstairs, I just put the ladder up and it's out of the way. I cut the background audio to most of this video because the generator's running and I'm doing wash. It's windy outside. So the cabin interior renovations are nearly complete. I have some trim work to do, but it's a comfortable, tiny cabin. I like it. So here's the controller for the Primus wind turbine. It's making a little bit of power right now. You can switch it with these switches to either of the battery banks, the outside batteries to the inside batteries. That's the charge controller for the outside battery bank, which are silicone gel batteries. And this is the charge controller for the inside battery bank, which are lithium. And this thermometer shows me the temperature of that outside insulated battery compartment. And my little spice rack, got a little bit of everything. Four burner stove with oven, propane. I use about 1 20-pound propane every 30 days. And I have about a year's worth of propane out here. After the rain catchment water is filtered underneath the sink, I then pour it into this Berkey and filter it again. A large single basin farm sink is very handy, especially to fill water jugs. So on the end of the island, I have two backpacks ready to go. I have the one for hunting and then the other one for camera gear. This has a big bag that comes out of the bottom of it. It can hold a dozen grouse or ptarmigan. So that's the one I usually use for grouse and ptarmigan hunting. I gave the Petzl ICO Core a try. It's a goofy looking thing, but I saw a couple videos on it and bought one, and now I won't go back to any other headlamp. These things fit your head perfectly. You can run, jump. It's not going to fall off. Has a rechargeable battery in it. Really good headlamp. So my laundry's done, and this is the way I dry all my laundry. Just hanging on this rack in front of the wood stove, and it doesn't take long, usually an hour or two, and everything will be totally dry. So I hang my skis over here by the wood stove and any wet gear that I might have. Also, it's a good spot to keep my boots so that they dry out. Laundry is finished, and I put the washing machine back in its little nook. The drying rack goes right next to it. So just inside the front door, I have this rubber mat where I keep my muddy or wet or snowy boots.